All right, so I'm going to ask everyone to just give us some information on what you guys are doing. I'll start with you, Tina. If you can just give us information of what status you're in right now with, being at home and with a real estate business. What are you doing right now?
So I'm doing a lot of things virtually, but I have started actually meeting with clients. I went out and saw 40 acres and a little home, but I just instructed my buyers and the sellers to wear PPE. And so we all did, and it was fine out in the middle of nowhere. But just starting to ease up as well for my sellers, that people are finally coming to show again. We had a couple offers and people lost their jobs and other people just freaked out. And so unfortunately, I mean, I had his house sold the very next day, but because of all this. So it's been on hold for a long time, but little by little, people are coming back and wanting to see it. And I just tell them they have to wear PPE. And my sellers, they clean everything with Lysol before they have a buyer come in.
Okay. What about you, Janice? I know, I'm curious what's going on with you too.
Right now, I have about 8, before this coronavirus, I have about 8 more in escrow right now. And they're all pretty good. I checked with the status of their job. I lost one, but I was able to replace it right away. So it's back up. He thought he was going to lose his job because he's a mechanic for BMW. And the rest of them, I went ahead and checked, obviously what the job of their the buyers, because a couple of them are my listing, or 3 of them actually are listing, 5 are I'm representing the buyers. So my buyers, I know their position, they're good. 3 of them are new homes. So I know the builder will take care of them if the prices will decline. And luckily the other 3 that I'm representing the seller, the buyer's job are good. They're stable. So I'm trying to rush and close all of them. So I will just be left with the ones with the new homes transaction. So I'm going to be closing about 5 of them in the next 3 weeks.
Okay, sounds good. What about you, John?
Okay, so I'm just trying to get more dialed in of so you guys can see there. There's the whole family. Okay. Obviously, I'm the guy in the far right down by my son, dog, new baby, and the wife. Or at least you can see my face on this one.
Okay.
Okay, so basically, yeah, there's a lot of changes going on. You saw in the other picture I had up there, my full setup. I don't play around when I, go into a customer's home. I'm still considered an essential business because I do mobility equipment for the elderly and the disabled. So that particular picture I had up there before, I had a disabled veteran who his stair lift broke down, and he suffered from pneumonia, and he doesn't want anybody in his house, and I don't want to get sick from anybody. So that's actually how I set up. I wear full PPE gear to every client's place to keep them safe and keep me safe, because as you can see in my picture now, I got a week-old daughter and my 3-year-old son and my wife at home that I got to take care of. So we're still trying to stay in business, still trying to do what we can. The phone's not ringing like it used to because most customers are afraid to have you in your home. So I'm trying to let people know that we do go out there with the full setup. We're still trying to keep our disabled community up and running, because they still need to get up and down the stairs even if they are quarantined in their home.
Okay, cool. Laura, how are you? Can you unmute? There you go.
I'm here, I think.
Okay, you're good.
So as far as insurance is gone, phones are dead. People are not responding. I'm just reaching out to everybody every 2 weeks or so to make sure that they're okay if they need help with anything. I did help one client who was just in no way in a shape where he could wait for the government to do any loans, grants, or anything. So we borrowed money from his whole life policy. We did that about 2 weeks ago. He just wasn't going to be able to do it. And it might be that he doesn't even need the grant or the loan now. So we'll see how that plays out for him. But as far as health insurance is concerned, people are calling the state instead of calling their agents. So it's been an interesting, very quiet, like scary quiet time. So that's what's going on right now.
Okay. All right. So what are your challenges right now or goals or any success stories that you can share? I'll start with you, Janice, this time.
I have like 2 more listing that I need to sell, be able to sell. And I know one of them is gonna sell, but the other one, he's still fighting with me with the price, and he's overpriced. There's just no way I can sell it overpriced and not being able to market it the way that we used to. I'm also getting a couple more listing, and here's one of my challenge. The seller on this particular house, he wants to sell it so bad, but he's in, I got the contract signed. However, we're not going to be able to close until I get the specific power of attorney. He's in the East Saudi Arabia, and he's complete lockdown. And he couldn't get anybody to sign the specific power of attorney to have him sign it. So he's thinking that he might be back in July. So that's going to be a long escrow.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Can't
frustrating.
he go to the U.S. Embassy?
I told him, but he said because he's a merchant marine, most of the time he's in the middle of the sea, and when they dock, everybody are locked. I mean, like it's closed. He doesn't know where to, it's very limited, he was telling me. So I need him to, he's not a military, he's a merchant marine, but most of the time he's out in the middle of the sea. So I need that specific power of attorney. I don't know how I'm going to be able to, I'm going to have to find a buyer that will wait until he get back or until I have that specific power of attorney.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
What about you, Tina?
Challenges?
Yes.
Well, fortunately, my house that I sold, my personal home that I sold in McEntee, nobody had an issue and we could finish the escrow. I have another one that, like I said, they're not, most of the folks out near Lake Forest are not allowed to show property because there were 2 realtors that were diagnosed with COVID. And
Wow.
so all the area realtors are supposed to not go out of the house to do any real estate. So that's my trouble with my Lake Forest home. My Paris home, they've got a family in one of the homes. There's 2 homes on the same lot, and the tenants have, I would say about 99.5% of all the people requests to view it, they won't let anybody view it. So that's a challenge, and of course it's worse during COVID. So I think we're gonna expire on that maybe today, and I'll be looking forward to that because it's just too difficult. Had so many cash buyers that can't even go see it. So, and they're friends of family of friends that I have. So they're not trying. Most of the time they don't even answer their phone. So I'll be looking forward to just get rid of it.
Okay. John.
All right, well, I guess the success would be, well, what I was doing yesterday. I actually had a client that I've done a couple of different pieces of equipment for. The downside of the success was he lost his power chair off the back of his truck and it went rolling down the freeway. And being a double amputee with both legs gone, above the knee, and still being 330 pounds, it's tough for him to get around. I was able to get the manufacturer of the lift, whose product had failed, to get the insurance policy started to get him a brand new $18,000 power chair. In the meantime, I was able to secure a used power chair for his weight and size with his abilities with the power elevated seat and a used lift. So the reason I missed the meeting yesterday is I was out there installing a lift and giving him a power chair that he's able to use to stay mobile until the insurance goes through all their headache to get his new setup. So a bad situation, but nobody got hurt. He's getting a new power chair out of it, and we were able to at least get him loaners in the meantime.
Okay. All right, Laura.
Challenges for me are just getting people to answer the phone or to return calls. You know, at this point in time, people are really hunkered down, and it's weird because in my world, it's not anything like what I'm hearing from you guys. So it's so different. You guys have sales going. You have people walking in and out of homes, and I know some people are being difficult, but you know, it's just so different. It's you look out, like, you know, hypothetically or, you know, metaphorically, I'm looking out there and it's just dark. It's like, and there's crickets. There's like
Okay.
nothing. So, and that's the challenge, is just, you know, that and technology, which I won't expound on that anymore.
Okay.
That's really
Well, I have a
frustrating
question for
to
you,
me.
Laura. So
Sure.
if people are not calling, I mean, are your services, are there something in your services or program that you can help people that are staying at home right now?
Well, yeah, because 99.9999 of people out there that have some sort of a health insurance policy, they haven't read it and they don't know what's being offered. They know that they have a bronze, silver, gold, or a platinum plan. They know what their copays are and they know who the doctor is. But what they don't know is what the insurance companies are doing about COVID. And we hear all these terrible things that insurance companies aren't covering. They're not doing this, they're not doing that. They're not covering for people going out of network. They're not covering for people doing things the wrong way. And that's what I'm trying to protect people from doing, because they panic and they go do something and then they expect the insurance company to pay for it, and they're not going to, because the policy that they signed is a contract and an agreement that they will do X, and they don't do it, and then everybody gets mad. So I'm trying to protect them from themselves is more anything else. And then on top of that, the insurance companies are now starting to puff up and make bigger and more robust their mental health programs, because people are going nuts at home. And this is important too. If you can't get outside, or if you can't go do what you think you're supposed to be doing, it can really weigh in on somebody. And we already had somebody in Menifee take out his family, you know, because
Okay.
he was not dealing with it. So yeah, do I perform services? Yeah, I'm educating on an ongoing basis. And I just want my peeps to know, hey, these guys are doing stuff, but there are rules, there are regulations. You signed the contract, you agree to this. This is how it works. And so far, I haven't had anybody do anything wrong that I know of, because they would call me if it was bad. They haven't called me when it's good. So I guess, like I said, I really don't have anything to complain about. I'm going to say that crickets is probably a good thing, but at the same time, I'm really edgy because I don't know, it might be next week or it might be the end of the month that people start freaking out and they do weird things. So we'll
Okay.
see.
Now, is it good if we if you can do a education online? I know you have a problem with your Wi-Fi, but can you still do like a radio podcast or a radio show that you can educate people?
Yeah, I actually, I do every month. I actually put out a newsletter, and I do a 2 to 4 minute snippet of the information that's in the newsletter. And then I put that on a YouTube channel, and that's generally what I do. And I market that to, my client base that I've developed and stuff.
Okay, well,
But and I also put it on Facebook. So.
Okay, I don't see those for some reason.
Me too. What is
You should put it in the Fire Up Connect group.
Okay.
So at least we know
I
that
could do
it's
that.
there. Yeah. If you guys have anything,
Okay.
I mean, Fire Up Connect group is the best way I can see it, and I can spread it out for you guys. Okay. So John, how about your business? I know it's difficult, but what are your plans?
Well, I'm trying to expand horizons a little bit, and the struggle again, like everybody's saying, is people don't want you in the house. So, usually my customers that I'm still able to take care of are people that are in extreme situations, or people that, it's I got to get this done. I have no choice. So, again, I am still in business. It's just few and far between. The phone doesn't ring for new customers. I've got one new customer who actually bought the equipment and then told me not to come until all this is over, which who knows how long that's going to be. So I'm trying to expand a few different things. Like, for example, the first picture I had up that had that track chair on there. It's a power mobility chair with tank treads on it that allows somebody who's disabled to go anywhere they want to go, especially people that live out on property that can't get around their property. Wine country, or people in the mountains, people in the up in the desert areas. And if you're going to be quarantined and you've got a big piece of property and you can't access that property, I mean, it's a nice item to have. But I'm trying to get into different types of products where it's something that I can talk to somebody about. I can show them pictures, videos, try to do something virtually, and then minimize contact but still allow getting product to them.
Do you do YouTube videos?
I don't, not yet. Seems to be like I'm going to need to.
Yeah, you can do live. You can do live YouTube and just show your equipment.
Right. Well, and just I've got a couple of customer testimonial videos on my website of some equipment I've installed and what people think about it, and I've got a presentation video of the showroom on my website, which I think helps, although nobody goes to the showroom right now. But just trying to expand upon things that have limited contact. So I'm trying to promote more towards the vehicle mounted power chair and scooter carriers, because that's something that I can go to the customer's home. They don't have to leave the home. They can leave their keys on their front porch. I can work on the vehicle, not get exposed, and do everything kind of away. So I'm trying to focus more on that. I've actually looked into doing other vehicle accessories outside of the mobility industry, but that's a whole nother topic. But yeah,
okay,
I'm just trying to
what I'm trying to do is, it looks like whatever you're doing is good. I'm just looking for things that you can add on to promoting, because I don't see your products also on social media. The thing is, if I don't see it, means that you're not visible. And we're connected. And
right.
I think, with the Fire Up Connect, you can take advantage of that by creating some videos and putting it on the group, and I can spread it out to other people. We have Janice, we have Tina, we have Laura, who can also share your information as an added educational material for your business. You can go live on Facebook, you can go live on YouTube. And the girls, Tina and Janice, they target the same people that you do, because these are the people that are looking for homes, and they can share that and help each other.
Well, and I was thinking, well, when you guys were talking earlier on the real estate side, with nobody being able to go inside, I know that they've got companies out there that do, they'll send one guy in there with a special camera and he'll do a virtual tour of the home. Is that something you guys can incorporate, where you hire one guy to go out there with the full PPE gear on and do a virtual tour of the house, and then you can put that on your listings so that your clients or prospective buyers can do full virtual tours?
No, we can pay for that. We've always been able to pay for that, but I find that in order to give them the best service, it's for me to go in with the PPE and for me to walk around the house and have them on a video call. And that way they can say, wait, back up. What was that over there? Can I see this, closer? Things like that. And I do a tour myself, which 95% of my clients are veterans, just because I spent 33 years in, and that's who my heart goes out to. So oftentimes my veterans are deployed, and I can do a video call, and from Afghanistan, they can see a home with me.
So that, but you don't have any issues with any, I guess, agencies telling you can't do that as far as the whole quarantine thing?
No, we are considered essential, and the National Association of Realtors backed that. So we're okay to be out there. It's just, if there's a seller that's uncomfortable with it, then I'm either going to try to ease their discomfort, or I'm gonna, you know, if they're too afraid and they don't want everybody to come in, then we're not coming in. We're just asking them to take a lot more pictures so that they can see, so they'll have more on the internet for them to see. So I'm having them do that, and sometimes I'm having them walk around the house and doing a video. But pretty much the homes that are vacant, or, you know, if you can wear PPE, a lot of the sellers are okay with you going in, and then I just do a FaceTime call, or, you know, a video call.
Yeah, and I mean, I can see where the seller would be scared, because if they don't know that you're not 100% safe and you go into their home, now they worry about anywhere you've been in the home.
Right.
So yeah, I can see where that would kind of put a damper on things.
Okay. I'm also wondering if I can schedule all of you for a one-on-one Zoom talk, because I've been promoting a lot of people too. So if you wanted to give me a date and time, I like afternoon at 2 o'clock, and we could do it anytime next week or the next week after that. And let me know what topic you guys wanted to talk about. Let's figure out, you know, how we can highlight you and help you get more business. Just let me know and I will schedule that with you guys, okay? I think it will be this is really a good opportunity for us to really share your information, like for Janice. You know, Janice, mostly your target market are Filipinos, am I right? They're Filipino community, or is just, do you target them?
I have a close niche with them.
Okay, so we can customize your show to be more of speaking Tagalog, if that helps, and kind of, you know, just target the Filipino people, and then post the Zoom interview that we have to Filipino groups in social media, and we could do that. And then for Tina, if you wanted to target military, we could also talk about, you know, military topics and then target them that way. And Laura, I don't know, Laura, is there any kind of restrictions for you to be on a Zoom call? Because I know the last time there's a lot of things that you have to approve in order for it to be released.
As long as I'm not talking about a financial product and how to put it together,
okay,
or anything like that. But the health insurance stuff, I can talk about that all day long. And
okay,
that's the most prominent right now.
Okay, and the best thing for me is if you guys send me like 5 questions about what you wanted to talk about, that'd be a lot easier for me, because I will only just read your question and you guys will talk. And I would just, you know, have some question here and there, but pretty much it's driven by the questions that you're going to provide me, okay? Same thing with you, John. John, if you wanted to do a video while your equipment, you're kind of showing me how it works and everything, that would be a fun video to watch, because, you know, people can see how you can operate the lift chair, and so people get an idea, you know. And I think for people, sometimes they like to be entertained, and when you're doing that in action, it helps get more attention to your business.
Well, I've got a short video already I could put on YouTube of my 3-year-old playing on the chair we put in our house the day that my wife came home from the hospital with her C-section.
Okay.
Baby.
Then
And,
we can maybe play that during our Zoom interview, and I can go ahead and share that video while we're on the Zoom, and then we're recording that while we're talking too, and then I can shoot that out to everybody. And because again, your database is your connection. I have my own database that you haven't tapped into, and then I can send that to Laura, and Laura will send it to her database. Same thing with Tina and Janice. And that's how you do it. So if we can create like some sort of a discussion about your business and everybody can share it, that will be perfect. And I'm going to be doing the same thing with everybody else.
And you want me to try to just make as many little short YouTube videos on each individual product that I offer, like type of product?
Yeah, if you want, John, you and I can be on a call, and you can test the live YouTube. You have to turn on your account first in YouTube, where you're turning on the live streaming also, and that takes a day before that for you to activate that. So you might have to go in there by yourself and see if you can turn on your live streaming first.
Okay. Well, on the I guess the live stream versus the just doing the video. I mean, are you? I guess what I'm getting at is to do a live stream. what would be the benefit of doing that through YouTube rather than just recording, recording a short video and then uploading it to YouTube?
There's a difference. How many, do you have an account in YouTube, and how many subscribers do you have?
I don't know that I have any subscribers. I know that I've got, I've got a YouTube channel I put together for, like my testimonial videos, so that once you watch, you watch one, it'll just link to the next. It stays within that group.
Okay. Do you
So,
do you
I
know
mean,
how
I'm
many
not-
subscribers do you have in that account? You need to find out how many subscribers you have.
Okay. Yeah, because I don't know that I even I don't I'm a stairlift guy and a wrench turner, and I'm not a super YouTuber.
Yeah, I know that. That's why
Oh,
we're
like-
talking
like
about it,
yourself.
because I think it will help everybody's business. That's why we're I'm kind of suggesting that, because I know that you guys have your own way of marketing, but at the same time, in order to get more people to your business, we have to try other ways of marketing in order for you to attract more people for your business. Because right now everybody's at home, they like to watch live videos. So
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. And that's kind of one of the things I was just about to say was, this is now the time for all of us to learn our social marketing, because what else do we got to do?
Exactly. We're at home. And that's why, to be honest with you, since I've been doing this Zoom interview, I've been getting some projects for myself, and I'm actually loving it. I'm creating more projects for myself, and I'm creating revenue for myself just because I'm reaching out to people. So that's why I'm talking to you guys that we need to do this, get you guys on interview, and so they know what you're doing and how you're handling the situation, how you're able to educate people while they're at home and thinking about, investment, thinking about, planning for their future, regardless of the situation. We all have to be creative and reach out to people while they're sitting at home. They're bored to death.
Yep.
Okay, so let's do that. And you guys you got a lot of knowledge and wisdom. We just have to figure out how to work together and put together all these projects. I know you're busy, but at the same time, I'm sure you have enough time to also do a half an hour video that we can all just talk and create videos. And that's not hard to do. I've got the Zoom call. I just need to make sure that my internet is working. But when I have a one-on-one, I don't have any problem with my Wi-Fi. So I think I can handle one person at a time. This one, it's okay because it's just us. And right now, I don't think I'm having any trouble because I kind of move my computer, and I think it just depends on the area of reception. So
No, your voice has been very, very clear since you took the video off and moved your computer. It's been very clear.
So we could do that, but again, if I have a one-on-one Zoom talk, I've got a lot of it really works well for me, and I can highlight you all very, very well. I can talk about all the things I know about you, all the accomplishments that you did. Especially Janice, she's been doing a lot of ballroom. Are you still doing ballroom dancing?
Oh no, not lately. The 6 feet distance,
Okay, so
But,
but you're dancing at home? Are you dancing at home?
I
We
could
should
do it by
record that.
yeah, because when we were going to ballroom dancing, they taught us how to practice dancing around the countertop or by in the kitchen. So I do that sometimes.
You know what, Janice, you could actually teach me on our Zoom talk about specific steps that we can show to the Filipino community how to do some of your dances.
Oh my
You will
God.
attract a lot of people just by doing that.
I've done a lot of group, remember, line dancing and stuff.
Yeah, but we're talking about just you being a real estate agent, giving them some few tips on how to dance. That helps. That's branding. And then
That's
Tina,
true.
I mean, I'm sure you have some things that you could share. You and I can talk about it. Some of the things that you've gone through with the military. What are the things that you learned from all this 30-some years of being in the military, and giving them some tips, like a few here and there, and highlight all the things that some of the stories that you have. How you became, how you led people during those 30 years. Those are the things that, stories. We want stories from you. And I think that will be perfect to highlight you that way. And then,
actually, what I'm doing right now is, I'm reaching out to a lot of my people that I was going to help. they're lined up to look for homes, but now they're losing their jobs. So what I'm doing is I'm still having them to like be on standby. As soon as
Yeah.
they get called in a job, they're ready for, you know, we're ready to run the credit, and if we need to fix the credit, you know,
Yeah.
I'm
They have the
paneling
time
them.
to fix everything
Yeah,
until they get to that. I mean, we're not going
absolutely.
to be doing this forever. You're talking about maybe until middle of May, and
Yeah.
then people can start moving forward. And I tell you, with, you know, with what's going on right now, it's a little bit confusing. You know, some people are talking about it's a political game. Some people are talking about it's more of a health game. There's just so many variables, but you know, we all have to keep moving forward and lead people the right way in order to for them to be successful. So and we're all considered leaders, so we need to create these videos that we can all help them go through their process without, you know, being afraid of the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the last thing I would like to do is just make sure that you can send me some dates and time that we could do a Zoom call. Tell me what topics you would like to talk about. Give me 5 questions that I can ask you, and we will push out the information. I think it's going to be a great opportunity for everybody to do this right now, and I am so excited for all of you. Seriously, it gave me a lot of business by doing this. I've got two more new TV shows because I was reaching out to people, and now I've got 2 people that are willing to pay me to do more TV shows. So this is what we're talking about. And if you guys wanted to have your own TV shows, think about this. You know, you can do that too. We've got Roku channel now. We can talk about the process. If you really wanted to have more exposure on what you wanted to do in your business, let me know, and we can work something out. Okay? Sounds good?
Yep.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and end our meeting, and then I will schedule another one. The last meeting the yesterday's meeting was actually amazing. Did you guys get to see, watch the video?
No, not yet.
I sent it to you. Listen to it. There's a lot of good information out there that they talked about. Some, I think, marketing ideas. So, you know, watch it at your spare time, and just listen to what they were talking about, because this video is also going to be, I'm going to send this to them also, so they can also listen to what we talked about, and they can get some good ideas also from this, from our discussion. Okay, and thank you again for joining me today, and hope you have an amazing week. Okay,
You too.
Bye-bye.
all right, love you all. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.